Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas day 9, and today, because I actually have the time to do it, I'm going to play with a whole bunch of new makeup that I got in that makeup swap with Micki. Now, there are some things in here that I have been trying since I got that makeup. Other things that I haven't tried at all yet, like the makeup or the eyeshadow palette that we're going to be using today. I haven't tried any of the ones she gave me because I've been waiting to try them with you guys. And then there's also going to be some makeup in here that is just from my collection because obviously, you know, she got me a ton, and I mean a ton of makeup. Like, I really have to do a declutter because I don't have space for everything anymore. But like, there wasn't a primer in it or like a moisturizer or anything like that. So some of that stuff I am pulling from my own stash, but the majority of it is new makeup. So the first thing I am going to do, because my face and my lips are like ridiculously dry. Like, I don't know if it kind of comes across how dry they are, but they're horrible. So I am putting on my MAC Prep and Prime lip. And I'm putting on a lot of it. It is like a clear balm. So it gives you some moisture in your lips, and it also honestly helps the longevity of your lipstick, which I will be putting on at the end of the video. So by the time that happens, this will have dried down a little bit and soaked in. And then for a primer today, we're going to be using Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, Primer and Moisturizer in one. So I'm going to be using that all over. This is a super watery consistency, but like I said, I am crazy dry right now. I get that way in the winter. So it's a step that I cannot skip this step. Like, sometimes in the summertime when it's, you know, hotter out, or I'd say more in the fall when I'm not quite as prone to dryness, sometimes I can skip having a primer or like a serious moisturizer, but this is not the time of the year that I can do that. So now that that's all settled in, we're going to do the eyes first. That way, if there's any fuss or anything like that with them, it won't be a big deal. So I am going to use, she got me this Molten Liquid eyeshadow from e.l.f. in the color Brushed Copper. Rather than use it as an eyeshadow, I'm going to try and use it as like a shadow primer, because it is like a light enough of a shell kind of a color that I don't think it'll take too much away from the eyeshadows that I am planning on using today, which I'll show you guys in 2 seconds. So I'm just going to put some of that all over my lids, just to give it a little bit of a sheen. That way the shadows have something to stick to, but it also gives it a little bit of like a, I was going to say phosphorescence, that's not the word I'm looking for, a little bit of like shine underneath. So the palette we're going to play with today is the Lorac Mountain Sunset. This is the Unzip Mountain Sunset one. This is my second ever Lorac palette, if you don't include like my to-go ones. I am so excited to have this. I wanted this thing so badly, and Micki had said she wanted it too, so I was going to be the test guinea pig for the two of us. These are the shadows here. They are pretty, like, I mean, you have like a green and a blue, but other than that, I'd say that they're all together pretty neutral and very wearable colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this color Stone. It's like this really light kind of color, and I'm going to put that all over my lids just as a base. Whoa. See, I know that their colors are like crazy blendable and really pigmented just from owning my Pirates of the Caribbean one, but I kind of forgot because that palette, I don't want to say I don't use it, but it is in the bottom of my makeup drawer because it's so big, and that's kind of the only place it sits. So sometimes when I'm in more of a rush, I don't dig all the way to the bottom of that drawer, and then I miss it. Sorry, this is why I need my own house, because I close my door and I'm like, I'm filming, and then they come in anyway. Little vent there. I don't like living at home anymore. I'm kind of too old for it. So, also, I've got some serious like bags and discoloration under my eyes right now, and I'm noticing, and it's pretty bad. But yeah, so we just did that. The next thing I'm going to take is, I think I want to do a sweep of color in this color Cliffside here. It's the next one over with like my big fluffy blender brush. We're going to do a big sweep of that all up, oh my goodness, in the crease. And we're going to do it from outer to inner, and we're going to do a high crease. Just like that. I do have the mirror that Micki gave me sitting on my desk as well, and I must say that it is really helpful to have, especially because I was at the point of using like handheld mirrors to do stuff for you guys, and holding up my hand and holding up the mirror actually blocked half of what I was doing, whereas if I just kind of cheat to the side and look that way, you guys can still see what's going on. So that's that point done. I'm trying to decide which colors I feel like playing with. I think I'm going to take this color in, I think it's pronounced ametrine. I just gouged it with my finger. Sweet. This like shimmery purple color. We're going to take that in a smaller crease brush. If I have one, there's one. And I'm going to lay that down all the way in the crease as well, but just keeping it more localized to the crease. This is a really pretty color. I like it. It's very subtle. Okay. So then I'm going to take the color Graphite, and I'm going to focus that more on the outer, like, half of my eye in the crease, and a little bit down on the lid. So far these shadows aren't disappointing. They are a lot like the ones in my Pirates of the Caribbean one. They are crazy blendable, really pigmented. They go on really, really nicely. They don't, like, they blend together, but they don't muddy together, if that makes sense. And you guys will know that when I played with, like, my NYX Toronto palette. It's so funny because I talked about how much I didn't like that palette. And then I got a lot of compliments at work on the eyeshadow look that I had going, but I kind of knew it wasn't what I'd wanted it to be, and it turned out the way it did because the colors all, like, kind of just formed together and formed new colors. So we're going to go in with this color Mahogany as, like, the outer color. Right there. That's a really dark color. Just like that. So now we're almost done, but I did kind of want to add a little bit of a pop of one of those, like, colors on the end. So either in the blue or the green. I think I'm going to do the blue. And what I'm going to do is, because this is pretty much done, I am going to take a clean blender brush and just sort of, like, take out all those harsh lines right now. Just like that. And then I'm going to take another brush and go into that blue, which is in the shade Smoke Signal. And I'm going to sweep it all into my crease, because I just want a pop of that blue color. And then this is also, I think, the color I'm going to drag underneath, just to give it a little bit more color. Just like that. So you can't, like, crazy see it because it's really deep into the crease, but it still just adds a little bit more depth. I am also going to take a flat brush and go back in all over my lid with this color Stone up in the top corner here. It's not called Storm. It's not called Stone. That was the other one. This one's called Storm. Sorry. Just to add a pop of shimmer all over my lid. There we go. I was going to say the way I was putting it on was making it going kind of patchy, but that was just the way that the light was catching. Okay, so that is the majority. I just stuck my finger in another shadow, but how pretty is that shadow? There's a lot of, like, not fallout on my face at all, but there's a lot in the palette, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind just to keep it clean. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liner and line my upper lash line, and then I'll add the pops of color underneath once all of, like, my under eye is concealed, because I don't see the point in doing it and then concealing, if that makes any sense. But, like, there's a lot of dark under my eye right now. I'm not looking too hot. One done. Not the greatest, but good enough. This eye really got away from me and it's quite a bit thicker, but I'll just even it up by making this one thicker. That's fine. I don't feel like fussing with it right now. So yeah, so that's the majority of the eye done. So now we are going to shift to working on the face. So the first thing I'm going to do is use that e.l.f. What's this called? I can't remember what it's called because I threw the box away, but it's oil-free SPF 15 sunscreen. But I've been using it as foundation because I think that's what it's supposed to be used as. Don't hold me to that. So I've just got a little pump of it just in my little pan, and I'm going in with a MAC 141S brush and just putting that all over my face. Now this, I do like this foundation. I've been using it all week. It is really nice. It sits really, really well on the skin. But I will say it is a lot thicker of a consistency than the ones that I normally go for. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just took me a little bit longer to kind of judge how much I needed, how to get it sort of spread on evenly to the point where you couldn't see it, just because a lot of the foundations I use, because they're so like watery almost, because they're so light coverage, that you can put on a ton and it doesn't settle weird and it doesn't it's not really obvious. But because this is a little thicker, I have had to take a little bit more care. But yeah, that's pretty much all of that it's going to be. I love the way that this sits. It doesn't, like I said, even though it's thicker, it doesn't feel cakey. She did really good at matching my color, so that's really, really nice as well. But I'm really liking it so far. And I have been using it since I got it all week. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my Bare Minerals Well Rested, and I'm going to pop some of that under my eyes because I think today more than ever I really do need it. Just like that. And then pat it in with my finger. Just like that. So now she didn't send me any concealer, so we're going to go to the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. It's been the one I've been using the most lately. I don't know why. I have tons, but this is just the one I keep reaching for. So I'm going to do a big arch underneath both my eyes. I do a couple dots on my chin and under my nose. And then I'm going to let that sit for a little bit and just kind of get tacky. That way it's easier to blend out. And then while I'm waiting for that, I am going to do my eyebrows really quickly with that same MAC brow sculpt that I always use. Okay. I'm pretty fortunate. I do have pretty thick, not thick, they're not thick eyebrows, but they're not sparse either, if that makes sense. So I only really have to do a lot of filling right at the ends on the inside, and then also if I ever need to extend the ends out so that they match. I'm pretty fortunate in that aspect. And that's a lot of because I also haven't ever gotten my eyebrows professionally tweezed or anything like that. I kind of just do them on my own. The last thing that I just added was clear brow set. So now I'm going to take this mini beauty sponge. It's a Quo blending sponge. It's not a beauty blender, that I got in our 12 days of beauty yesterday, and I'm going to blend out that concealer. And I was really excited to try this just because I thought that it would be a lot easier to get into that inner corner of my eye, and it does seem to be helping a lot. And like I said, I like to blend my concealer upwards and around my eye. I don't know if everybody does this. I think people do, but that way I just find it makes it more cohesive and less like I'm just putting it under my eye. Helps it blend into the makeup a lot better. Just that. I thought there was something there, but there wasn't. So now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and with that same blender, I'm just going to pick up some of it and then put it on underneath. That was a little bit more than I had intended, but that's okay. It's translucent, so that's acceptable. Same thing, I'll put it on my chin just to seal some of that in. And under my nose. Now the one place I didn't do that I actually meant to do was just up in between my eyebrows. I do have a little bit of like something happening. I don't know if it's a zit. I don't know if it's a scratch. I have no idea what it is, but it's discoloration. So I'm just gonna really quickly touch that up and then put some of that setting powder there. I already feel like I look like more well rested than I did, like not even like just because I use that Bare Minerals, but like I feel like my under eyes look so much better now that I've done that. So I'm going to go back into that palette with a small pencil brush and take that same color in Smoke Signal. That's that blue, and I'm going to put it underneath my eyes. Just like that, just to give it a little bit more blue. Just like that. I really like the way that looks. It kind of deepens and darkens that under eye without making it like crazy because of black, like using black liner under there. I feel like I can't speak today. I've been having a really rough time lately. I've been so tired all the time. December is an exhausting month. There's so much going on with like holidays and birthdays and work. And I think especially too because I've only got 2 weeks left at my job as of today. Like in 2 Saturdays will be my last ever shift at the current place that I work. I think that I'm just at this like place where I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know I'm getting out so soon. And I'm still trying to like pick up as many shifts as I can because I am taking like 3 weeks off between this job and the start of my other job. So I just want to make sure I have enough to get by. So we're going to use this bronzer that Micki gave me. It is Bahama Mama bronzer from The Balm. And I'm using my Too Faced Mr. Right brush, which I actually gave her. It's my favorite powder brush. So like I've said before, when you guys have seen me bronze my face, I start up near my hairline and just make sure that like that's all blended up into there. And then I come down. So I know that when you do this, you're supposed to do like a butterfly shape. Sometimes I do that, but not all the time. And the other thing I said is like I will bronze my entire face. I don't just stick to those key areas because that's the look that I like. I also find that because I do like fake tan, well, not fake tan, like I use tanning beds. My body tans better than my face because I do like to keep my face more or less covered. Because I freckle like crazy when I get really tanned. Not that that's a bad thing, but you know. So a lot of times my face is a lot lighter than the rest of my body. So I do need to kind of bronze it up and warm it up a bit just to make it all cohesively match. But yeah, so that's going to be the bronzer for today. Then we are going to use another Balm product for blush. We're going to use this Hot Mama blush, which I love. It is one of my new favorites. Looks like that. Take a blush brush. This is a MAC 168 brush. The numbers are worn off. Put that there. I love this blush because it does have a little bit of like a shimmer to it. Really, really pretty. Just lightly there. Then for highlighter today, we are going to use another product she got me. We're going to use this Make Up Your Mind Cosmetics highlighter in Fame and Fortune. It's like this yellow gold highlighter. I've worn it once so far and I love it. And actually, I wore it the day that I went shopping for Vlogmas and that friend said she loved it too. So I'm going to take it down my nose. Oh, so much glow. I maybe did a little too much, but that's okay. In that Cupid's bow, and then up my cheekbones. The other thing that I did mean to mention in this video, and this is more just for Micki's sake, because she asked me which highlighting brush this is, because sometimes I use this brush, sometimes I use this brush. This is a Natasha Denona 16 brush, and I'm pretty sure it is their highlighting, like their face highlighter brush. I think that's what it's called. I'll just use it just because I have it, but it just covers a wider area, and it is just the way that the bristles are. It is so light and fluffy, and they're all at different lengths and stuff, so it just gives you that perfect little bit of highlight if you just want to like dusting of highlight without being like a super thick condensed powder brush, if that makes any sense. So that's the point that we're at right now. To finish up my eyes, I'm going to use mascara. Now, she did buy me like fiber lash mascara, but I have so many open right now of just like little ones and other ones that I want to use these up first or throw out some of them before I get into the new one. So we're not going to use that one today, but I will be using it very, very soon because I want to see how it is now that I've used one fiber lash mascara and figured out how not to wear it, because that one kept like getting stuck in my eye. So as per usual, I've got my Benefit Roller Lash, and then I'm using Benefit their Real Mascara just to go over top. Like that. So then the last thing that we're left with is to do a lip color. So I know that this is the lip color that I want to use today. This is in Blushing Bali. It is a Wet n Wild. It is one of the ones that like has a little bit of a sheen to it, and this one is like the like peachy kind of color. But because I do know I want to open my advent calendar today as well, I think I'm going to do that, put that color on and swap it out for this one, because this is the one that we're going to stick with. So we're going to open that first really quickly before I complete this look. So we're going to do the Quo by Orly nail polish one first. We're on day 4. I also told you guys I was painting my nails and I haven't done it yet. Like I said, time just has gotten away from me this month. So there's the color. So it is like, is it white? Yeah, I think it's white. It's called Barely There. You guys see that? I don't know if it's meant to be white or if it's meant to be more of like a sheer coverage, like, gosh, I can't even get it open. Clear color. Let's just take a little look. It looks like it's supposed to be white, which is cool. It's always good to have a good white polish because, like black polishes, white ones can, I don't know what the reason is. Maybe somebody who knows more about nail polish can explain this to me. Why black nail polish always gets like old and crusty and gross quicker than other ones. Like, is there something in the dye in it? I don't know. But I feel the same way about white, where they just get thick and sticky and goopy a lot quicker than like a colored polish would. I don't know the reason. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. And the next thing, oh gosh, should have had it on my desk, is going to be the Lippie Countdown. It doesn't look like too dark of a color, actually. I'm a little surprised. I thought it would be. So we're on number 9 today. Come on. One day I'll learn. By 24, I'll know how to open these without problem. So there it is right there. It is another matte lipstick that I can't get out. There we go. So it's a matte lipstick in the color Up the Base. I was going to say Bass, but that would be incorrect. That's a fish, but this means Up the Base. So it is like a purple, but more of like a stony kind of a purple, if that makes any sense. Looks just like that. So I will put this on, but this is not going to be the one that stays on. I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to wipe it off and put on the other one. So that is that. This purple is a lot more wearable to me than the like intense butter gloss in that color Berry Strudel. I still don't know that I would pick this over like a nude or a really like dark bright purple like MAC Rebel, or like, I haven't tried it yet, but also that Infallible paint that she got me, and I think it was like violet something or other. I don't remember what it was called, but she got me another purple, and I do really like that one as well. It's just a lot bolder and brighter. This does actually look pretty good with the eye look that I've got going, though. I will say that. But yeah, so that's that color. I'm going to wipe it off really quickly and then come back, put on the other color, and then we're going to wrap this up. Alrighty, so that color is off my lips. I did really like it. Like I said, I don't know how often I'll reach for it, so it's going to be something that's going to have to like sit in my collection, and I'm going to have to see over the course of like a month or so if I grab for it at all, and if not, it might have to go away. I think I'm going to have to come up with a new system of like how to properly declutter my makeup and sort of be like, okay, I'm going to leave it in the drawer, and if after a month I'm not using it, bring it up to the front of the drawer. And if I still don't feel the need to reach for it, after like another month, I think it's gotta go because my makeup collection is getting so out of hand and I just keep reaching to use the same things over and over again. So some of them are not getting used, and I have so many friends and family members and stuff like that that I'm sure would love to play with it, that would get way more use out of it than I did. So like I said, we're going to go in with this color Blushing Bali. It's kind of like, surprisingly enough, the other color actually looked better with this look now that I'm thinking it through. I might have to swap this out for a nude color later, but I do really like this color. It went on really, really smoothly, really moisturizing, it feels like, and I love the sheen that's in it. Just like that. So I'm going to call that done for the day. That will be the end of Vlogmas Day 9. Tomorrow for Day 10, I am putting up my Christmas tree. So that will be more of an actual vlog of me downstairs going through boxes and stuff like that, and you guys will get to see my house a little bit, like where we're putting the tree up. So keep your eyes out for that. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see me play with more of the makeup that she got me, I will be doing it. If you have one of the palettes that you want to see first, let me know. Go check out that swap video. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link it up here so that you guys will know what she got me, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.